What's going on, guys? Victor here with a brand new video, and I gotta talk about the PFL playoffs yet again. Like I said, these PFL playoffs, two fights in each weight classes, semi-final bouts. The winner of each fight gets the move on to the championship for a chance to win $1 million and also become the PFL champion for that respective season. Now, the welterweights are going to be fighting tomorrow in the semifinals. One of those welterweights is a welterweight that all of you guys know and love very well. I'm talking about Rory Macdonald, who is 23-9-1 in his mixed martial arts career versus Dilano Taylor, who is 9-2 in his perspective mixed martial arts career. Both these individuals just happen to train out of the same camp, Sanford MMA, so it's going to be a little bit awkward, but it is what it is because at the end of the day, there's $1 million on the line. There's a championship on the line for any one of these individuals who are willing to get to their championship spot. Rory Macdonald, former Bellator champion, fought basically the who's who in Bellator. He fought Paul Daly, ended up facing Douglas Lima twice, and he also fought Gegard Mousasi to try to become a two-division champion as well. Like I said, he fought the who's who in Bellator. He fought the who's who in the UFC. He fought Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He fought Robbie Lawler, which is an instant classic. He also fought BJ Penn. He fought all these guys for crying out loud. Tyron Woodley. All these guys he fought. He fought against all of these individuals in the UFC and still wasn't able to become champion. He also fought against Nate Diaz. That's something that a lot of people don't know. He fought against Nate Diaz and beat him pretty handily. It was a one-sided fight the whole entire time. That's how talented Rory Macdonald is. Now, Dilano Taylor, not a lot of people might know him because he's only 9-2 in his career. He used to fight for Titan FC. He used to fight for other organizations on the regional scene as well. He's come up from the PFL Challenger Series, ended up winning his fight through a TKO via doctor stoppage because his opponent sustained an eye injury. Now, Dilano Taylor ended up winning his first fight in the tournament against João Seferino, and then he ended up losing his second fight against Magomed Magnakiramov, who was a former PFL champion 2 seasons ago. So, if there's one thing about Dilano Taylor is that he's definitely game. He's definitely coming in here to beat Roy Macdonald, to definitely have the biggest upset in this whole entire career, to have the biggest win in this whole entire career at the same time. Like I said, he's only had 11 fights. Roy Macdonald has had a bunch of fights in his career. He's almost got the chance to win a UFC championship. He won the Bellator championship. He's trying to win a championship with the PFL along with $1 million. Now, Dilano Taylor wasn't supposed to be the man that Rory Macdonald was supposed to face tomorrow. Rory Macdonald's original opponent ended up having visa issues and was denied access to travel to the UK, which was basically unfortunate because that opponent was going to give Rory Macdonald one of the biggest tests of his career. But as a result, he wasn't able to get to the fight venue in time, which means that his name was scrapped from the card. In comes Dilano Taylor trying to make a huge upset against Rory Macdonald. But I just don't see it. Dilano Taylor, he's a well-rounded mixed martial artist, but so is Rory Macdonald at the same time. Rory Macdonald can finish people left and right. The only thing I do have a problem with Rory Macdonald is that which Rory Macdonald are we going to see? Are we going to see the killer, the Red King, Rory Macdonald, who faced off against Robbie Lawler and had one of the best fights in all of UFC history? Or is it going to be the Rory Macdonald that we saw against Ray Cooper III last season, where he couldn't really get anything going on. Also against Sada Boucid, who he lost to, where he really couldn't get anything going on as well. And also against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, which was the last fight before he left the UFC, where he really couldn't get anything going on, you know. You got two Rory Macdonalds. You got the regular Rory Macdonald, and you got the Red King Rory Macdonald. I'd like to see the Red King come in here and finish off the fight as fast as possible. I'd like to see Dilano Taylor give Rory Macdonald a run for his money as much as he possibly can. But I just don't think Dilano Taylor has what it takes to beat Rory Macdonald. I think Rory Macdonald's going to be able to take him down to the ground. I think he's going to be able to submit him pretty fast. I don't see this fight going past the second round at all. I think it's going to finish in the second round. I think it's going to be a feel-out round between these two individuals in the first, and then Rory Macdonald's going to pour it on the second round, get him down, and submit him. The best thing that Dilano Taylor can be able to do is just go guns blazing, go in there, and definitely work the jab as much as possible, work to the body, work your way up to the head. If that's not working, definitely try to take the fight against the cage, make it as ugly as possible, get some knees in there, take out the legs of Rory Macdonald, try to go in for some calf kicks as well. Rory's a pretty tall individual. Tall individuals are usually sustainable to calf kicks, and from what I saw in the past against Douglas Lima, Rory Macdonald doesn't really do a good job of checking leg kicks. So if I'm Dilano Taylor, definitely go in there, blast as many leg kicks as possible, take away as much mobility from Rory Macdonald as possible. And as soon as that mobility is taken away a little bit, that's when you want to go head hunting right there. And if that's not working, go back to the calf kicks and try to go in for a takedown. If the takedown isn't working, then that's when you want to take against the cage. That's when you want to make it ugly, and you definitely want to work your distance no matter what. You want to keep the footwork going at 100% full throttle, because if you're just a standing target, you're not going to do yourself any good at all. So you definitely want to circle around to the left, to the right. You want to make things as uncomfortable for Rory Macdonald as possible, the same way as Dilano did when Rory Macdonald faced off against him just a couple weeks ago and got that outside victory against him. So definitely the biggest fight of Dilano Taylor's career. Definitely not one of the biggest fights for Rory Macdonald's career. On paper, it definitely looks like he's going to be able to walk through him, but we're just going to have to see what happens. I do believe that Rory Macdonald's going to finish him in the second round. I do believe it's going to be by rear naked choke in the second, and I think it's going to move on to the championship of the PFL's welterweight tournament. Is it going to be against Carlos Leo, or is it going to be against Teddy Bucid, who he has lost to? And if there's one thing about Carlos Leo, is that he was able to beat Ray Cooper III. If there's one thing about Teddy Bucid, is that he ended up having a draw against Ray Cooper III. So now two individuals who took Ray Cooper III to to his maximum limit, and then also Rory Macdonald, where he just couldn't get it going against the former champion, Ray Cooper III. So we're just going to have to see what happens. I think Rory Macdonald's going to go in here, take care of business pretty easily, and end up getting the championship spot that he's been deserving of for a very, very long time. Definitely an easier road than he would have imagined, but it is what it is at the end of the day. But I don't think that Dilano Taylor is going to go out without a fight. So I hope you guys enjoy the fights tomorrow. It's going to be taking off early because it's going to happen in Cardiff, Wales. 6-hour time difference. So by the time it's 12 p.m. over here, it's going to be 6 p.m. over there. So definitely going to be an early start time. I hope you guys enjoy the fights. Stay safe, guys. Stay blessed. Later.